Jordan Love. Oh, what a year Jordan Love has had for the Packers. Wow, just wow. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Jordan Love taking the Packers to the NFL playoffs despite playing on the youngest roster in the NFL. Not only did Jordan Love get his team into the NFL playoffs, but he also played excellent football for the Packers. The future of the Packers is looking very bright as Jordan Love solidified himself as a franchise quarterback. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. What grade do you give Jordan Love for his performance on the Packers? I honestly have to give his grade an A, and I don't see any other grade that would be appropriate to give Jordan Love. Jordan Love has been phenomenal for the Green Bay Packers this year. You look at how Jordan Love took the Green Bay Packers into the NFL playoffs, even though a lot of people doubted the Green Bay Packers all year long. You also look at how Jordan Love has played at a Pro Bowl caliber level. The fact that Jordan Love was not voted into the Pro Bowl is almost criminal in and of itself because Jordan Love had an incredible year. You look at how Jordan Love played the last 8 games of the year. He completed over 70% of his passes. He threw 18 passing touchdowns, only 1 interception, only took 11 sacks. He also ran for 2 touchdowns. When you talk about Jordan Love's performance the last 8 weeks of the season, you have to be very impressed with what he was able to do. And most importantly, he got 6 wins and 2 losses in his last 8 games. And he honestly would have been 8-0 had his defense even been any competent whatsoever. You look at this Packers defense and you have to wonder, do they even know how to play professional defense at the NFL level? Because their defense keeps getting torched on a repeated basis. Well, it doesn't matter because Jordan Love has been able to elevate the offense of the Green Bay Packers. You look at the weapons that they have. They got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, a 2-headed monster at the running back position. They've been really good running the football. However, I would be lying to y'all if I said Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon were elite running backs. They're good running backs, don't get me wrong, but they're not elite running backs. So you look at how Jordan Love, he elevated the running game of the Green Bay Packers. You also look at the receiving game for the Green Bay Packers and you have to wonder, how did he even manage to function with these guys as his weapons? And not only function, but thrive with those guys, because he had to deal with Jalen Reed, Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, Christian Watson, Bo Melton, and Malik Heath catching passes from Jordan Love all year long. If I told you guys those were his weapons, and then I said Jordan Love threw 32 touchdowns this year, you probably wouldn't even have believed me. But that's exactly what happened. Not only did Jordan Love throw for 32 touchdowns, he threw for over 4,000 yards. He only threw 11 interceptions on the year, and he made a lot of big plays in the passing game. And most importantly, he only took 30 sacks while playing in 17 games. When you have a quarterback that takes only 30 sacks in 17 games, that tells me he knows how to get rid of the football quickly and he knows how to evade pressure. This is not a quarterback that holds onto the ball too long. This is not a quarterback that is guessing what is going on the football field. Jordan Love knows how to read defenses and he knows how to throw the ball deep, and he's very accurate with his passes. I like a lot of what Jordan Love does. I like his running ability. I like his throwing ability. I like how seasoned Jordan Love is. He looks like he's in total command of the huddle. When you watch Jordan Love play, you have to love how he has the ability to go deep at any given time, and he has a lot of big playability. And speaking of Jordan Love, I want to address the entire 2020 draft class because there are 5 different quarterbacks that will be participating in a playoff game at some point in their career. You got Joe Burrow, former #1 overall pick. He's already taken the Bengals to a Super Bowl. You've got Justin Herbert, who's an elite quarterback. He's already been to the playoffs back in the 2022 NFL season, and he's been known to put up elite numbers year in and year out. And then, of course, you got Tua Tagovailoa. I've been critical of Tua in recent weeks and, quite frankly, throughout his NFL career, but he's been a solid quarterback at the NFL level. He's been able to do some things that make you say, wow, he can actually be a competent quarterback in the NFL. And guess what? Tua Tagovailoa is going to be in the playoffs. I mean, you got Jalen Hurts, who took the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl last year and was an MVP candidate. My point is Jordan Love now joins a draft class where they were already pretty stacked at the quarterback position, and he has managed to play really good football. And the thing with Jordan Love is, I don't even think he has scratched his ceiling yet. I think Jordan Love has a very bright future with the Green Bay Packers. Don't be surprised if Jordan Love is going to be mentioned in MVP conversations sometime in the future, because Jordan Love is that good of a quarterback. He can throw it deep, he's accurate, he shows total poise, he shows total command, and most importantly, he elevated a Packers team that really was not that good whatsoever. Most quarterbacks would not have taken the Green Bay Packers to the playoffs with that roster on his hands. If you put Bryce Young on the Green Bay Packers, that is not a playoff team. But Jordan Love managed to take the Green Bay Packers into the playoffs, even though his receiving core is not that great whatsoever. Now, are some of his receivers going to be good in the NFL? Maybe that ends up happening. But as far as looking at his roster at the receiver position, these are not superstars at the wide receiver position. These are not guys that have made a Pro Bowl in the past, but it doesn't matter because Jordan Love has been able to elevate the play of his receivers, and he throws those guys open. He's able to make it into tight window throws. You also look at his weapons at the tight end position, nothing to really rave about. Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, those are his top two tight ends in Green Bay. Nothing to write home about. Those are not NFL caliber players at the tight end position. If most of those quarterbacks had those tight ends, they probably would not have been able to work with any magic whatsoever. But Jordan Love deserves a lot of credit for the rise of the Green Bay Packers and for, quite frankly, taking them into the NFL playoffs. Also, you have to give Matt LaFleur a lot of credit for developing Jordan Love into an elite quarterback. Yeah, I'm going to say Jordan Love is an elite quarterback. And if he's not an elite quarterback right now, well, he's going to be an elite quarterback by the end of next season because Jordan Love is one of the best quarterbacks in all of football. He should have made the Pro Bowl this year. He put up Pro Bowl worthy numbers. He had an excellent year for the Green Bay Packers. If you take Jordan Love off of the Green Bay Packers and put in an average quarterback, that team is winning 5 games maximum because their defense wasn't that good. Their running backs were injured throughout the year and they were in and out of the lineup. You look at the receivers, they're not really anything to write home about. You look at their tight end game, nothing to really rave about, and their offensive line was really good, but they're not elite. When you look at the Green Bay Packers, you have to wonder, how did Jordan Love drag this team into the playoffs? And the answer is, that's because he's a really great quarterback, and that he is the second coming of Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I said it. He is the second coming of Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be a future MVP candidate for years to come, and history is repeating itself. I'm liking a lot of what Jordan Love has done for the Green Bay Packers. He hit a rough stretch during the middle of the season, but he managed to turn it around the last 8 games of the season. And when you have a quarterback that throws 18 touchdown passes to only 1 interception, that means he's doing his job very effectively. I like a lot of what Jordan Love has done for them. I think Jordan Love is going to get better from here. As far as whether or not the Green Bay Packers will beat the Dallas Cowboys in the playoff game that is called the wild card round, I don't anticipate that to happen. I think the Dallas Cowboys are too stacked for the Green Bay Packers to keep up with. That's not to say that the Packers won't put up a good fight. I think the Packers are going to get into a shootout with the Cowboys. I think the Packers are going to be able to put up points offensively. However, you look at this Dallas Cowboys team, you're thinking this year just feels like it's their year to make some magic and some noise in the NFC. And I like a lot of what the Cowboys have done. They've got Dak Prescott, who's an MVP candidate. They've got Tony Pollard, who's a solid RB1. They've got CeeDee Lamb, who's incredibly underrated. He's been a superstar wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys all season long. You also look at how Brandon Cooks has been an underrated receiver as well. He has been one of the best wide receiver 2s in the game of football. For some reason, nobody talks about Brandon Cooks as a weapon, but when I watch Brandon Cooks play, I have to say, wow, this Cowboys team, they're really good. And you look at the defense that the Cowboys have, they're a really good unit as well. Now, do I think the Cowboys defense will get torched to the Packers? Yes, but that's because of how good I think of Jordan Love, not because of how bad the Dallas Cowboys are defensively. That's not to say the Cowboys are bad on defense. They're actually really damn good on defense, but I think Jordan Love is going to torch that defense apart. I think the Packers are going to put up a lot of points, but I think Dak Prescott is going to be able to beat these guys in a shootout. I think it's going to be one of the best games of wild card weekend. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to put up 38 points, while the Green Bay Packers still end up putting up 31 points. I think Jordan Love is going to throw for 3 touchdowns in the game. He's not going to turn the ball over, or if he does turn over the ball, it'll be late in the game. But either way, though, Jordan Love is going to have a legendary game for the Green Bay Packers. He is going to get into a shootout with Dak Prescott, but I think the difference in this game is playoff experience. The Dallas Cowboys have more playoff experience than the Green Bay Packers do, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to use that into their advantage. And I see the Dallas Cowboys playing an efficient game where they're also going to put up a lot of points too, because the Cowboys are awesome when it comes to making big plays, particularly when they're at home. There's a reason why the Cowboys haven't lost a home game in 2 years, and that is because of their explosive offense. When they have their offense being as explosive as any team in the National Football League, they are basically impossible to beat. I think the Dallas Cowboys are a better team than the Packers. I do think the Green Bay Packers keep this game close, but ultimately the Dallas Cowboys are going to come out victorious. Also, shout out to Mike McCarthy. He's the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. He will be coaching against his former team. He used to coach the Green Bay Packers back in the 2000s and 2010s. He basically coached during the first part of Aaron Rodgers' career in Green Bay. Now he's a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, and obviously you look at what Mike McCarthy has done for the Cowboys. He's been a pretty good head coach for them. Do I think he's perfect? No, but I think he is a solid head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. There's a reason why the Cowboys can go 12-5 every year. That's because Mike McCarthy has put his quarterback in good position for success. That is called Dak Prescott having an MVP caliber year. Ultimately, though, I see the Cowboys beating the Packers by the score of 38-31. I just think the Cowboys have more offensive firepower than the Packers do, so that's why I give Jordan Love an A for his performance on the Packers this season. However, I do not see the Packers beating the Cowboys in the wild card round, as the Cowboys will beat the Packers by the score of 38-31. everyone, remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @Dustin Tran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @Dustin Tran and @Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @Dustin Tran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel Sports Guy Talking.